Hey there, wine fans. It's WineShark with you here again with another About Us video today. Today we're going to talk about what's this bug up here. We're going to learn about my philosophy about the wine journey and a little bit about how to learn about wine. We're going to talk about the WineShark philosophy on that. Stick around. We'll talk to you about some do's and don'ts about wine learning as well near the end of the video. So, to dig into this, I want to say first that there's a caveat. Everybody learns differently. Education is a complicated thing, and different people learn things in different ways. Some are visual learners, some are repetitive learners, some are memorizers, some are all kinds of interactive types things. So understand that this is just my approach to teaching. This particular way of thinking about things in a pyramid type structure is just a way to help simplify and kind of bucketize the content that I'm helping for you guys to share. So the intent is to use basic, intermediate, and advanced levels of rating as indicated by the number of grape clusters you'll see in the video preview card up here. So at a glance, you should be able to see what the topic of the video is and the complexity level of the video so that you know whether the video is something that you're interested in and you don't waste time on topics you don't really care about. So the basics, the one grape cluster, is the bulk of what we start with, and we talk about wine itself, how to taste wine, how to select new wines, how to explore and expand your palate. Okay, so it's all really about wine and wine itself. Sometimes the accoutrements thereof, but generally speaking, that's the level of the basics. The two grape clusters are intermediates. Now those intermediates are a layer where you're going to start having a little bit more knowledge of wine to begin with. You're going to need to know how to taste wine before you approach that, but it's also about not just the wine. Now we're going to talk about regions, styles of production, comparisons between those styles, different types of varietals of grapes, and how wine starts to interact with food. Then you have the advanced layer. These are three grape clusters. Okay, these are topics that are focused on professional and industry level knowledge. We're going to get away from just the wine itself, but we're going to talk about winemaking, we're going to talk about viticulture, and other topics that aren't directly related to wine, but are important in the overall understanding of the topic to really master the concepts and get a deep learning going on. Okay, so there are lots of other learning methods. Let's talk about some do's and don'ts. So my first recommender is do's. Do be curious, right? Follow the rabbit hole wherever it leads. If you find a particular topic in wine that is passionate to you, take and just follow that thread wherever it leads you. It's a great way to learn because you're simply going to find out a lot about stuff that you care about, and the more you care about it, the more likely you are to retain it. Do get hyper involved in a wine area that you like. If you're a fan of Italy or you're a fan of California, you really love Oregon wines, or New Zealand is just your jam, take and learn everything you can about that particular wine region. Become a local expert, right? My only guess there is just not to get trapped there. You know, want to make sure that you don't get trapped, but start with a deep learning of an area can always help. And do go visit in person. You can only learn so much from drinking wine at your home, right? I'll tell you, if you really want to fall in love, get there. Go to the places that you love, see how wine is made, see the wine country, and really get in touch with the people who are there and living that lifestyle and that culture, and you're going to find an amazing new appreciation for the love of wine. Now, some traps to avoid, some don'ts in my opinion. Don't get caught in a cult, okay? Down that path, snobbery lies. There's a lot of marketing out there and a lot of elite action when it comes to the world of wine. One of the things that WineShark is very much against is that snobby, kind of elitish, that wine should not be approachable kind of thing. While I grant that wine can be a complicated topic, it doesn't have to be something that you can't learn about yourself. So don't get caught up in who's who and the why and the cult. Just stay away from that stuff. Don't believe the hype. The hype is all about people trying to tell you what's good and what's around. I want you to form your own opinions. Get in there, try the stuff, have your own way of thinking about things, and think critically and independently for yourself. Last, don't be an I only drink person. My three least favorite words in the world of wine are I only drink, and that's because that means you're pigeonholed into something. I'm not saying that you can't say my favorite wine is, but I only drink to me seems very limiting. So free your mind and your glass will follow is our theme here at WineShark, and I want you guys to hold on to that very dearly. So, in closing, I want to make sure that you guys understand how we're going to be rating our wines. Let me know where you are in your wine journey in the comments below. Are these layers of education helpful for you in your wine journey? So I'd love to hear from you in the comments. If you like what we're doing, subscribe and click that bell to get notified of new content every week. Share with a wine-loving friend. And if you really like what we're doing, support us over on Patreon. We love our Patreons that really help us and helps keep this project going in all the right directions. So until next time, cheers.